Hey everybody, Austin here again with another Let's Play video. Today it's going to be OutRun for the Sega Saturn. I believe it's a Japan-only release, as a standalone release anyway. It did come out to the United States, and I believe Europe as well, on the Sega Ages 3-in-1 compilation. In the United States it was released by Working Designs. In Europe, I'm not sure who released it. It might have been Working Designs as well, I don't know though. So yeah, OutRun was actually a standalone release in Japan. It has a couple extra features over the Sega Ages 3-in-1 compilation and in North America, mainly remixed music. So yeah. One other interesting feature in this game is with the cheat, you can actually enable 60 frames a second mode. I'm not going to be doing that for this video. I actually, believe it or not, prefer to play this version in the game at the stock 30 frames a second mode. It just feels more natural to me for OutRun. But when we beat the game, you guys will get a small taste. Well, assuming we do beat the game. We might not beat the game. If we do beat the game, you'll get a small taste of the 60 FPS mode, because the ending does display in 60 FPS. So we're going to be playing it pretty much with stock settings, the arcade soundtrack. Maybe what I'll do is we'll play once with the arcade soundtrack, and if I play it again, we'll do it with the arranged soundtrack. And yeah, so everything's pretty much stock, and let's do this. So I'm going to start off with Passing Breeze. For those of you guys that have never played OutRun, you can pick 3 different tunes, and then you start. So OutRun is just an all-time classic when it comes to racing games. It's one of my absolute favorite racing games of all time, and one of the ones I still play the most today. It's just a lot of fun. It's just a fun game. Obviously dated looking now, visually speaking, but you know, it's a line scroller racing game, and it's really hard to mess these types of racing games up. They're still a lot of fun today. You know, racing games have come so long and so far from, you know, the days of OutRun. When this game came out in the arcade, it was 1986. So a very, very long time ago. I'm sure many people watching this video weren't even born yet when this game came out. But it's still a blast to play today. You know, just because it's simple doesn't mean it's not fun. And OutRun is always a good time. It's also a challenge. The arcade version of OutRun is not a cakewalk, whereas, say, the Sega Genesis version is actually, you know, considerably easier than the arcade game. I'm able to finish the Genesis version far, far more consistently than I am the arcade version. And as you guys will see here, it's quite possible I won't even win. You've got to play it just right on the arcade version, and you really can't wreck at all. It can be very challenging, and you'll see exactly what I mean once we get farther into this. Generally speaking, on OutRun, you've got a big course map you can try to go through. You've got lots of different route choices, which is really neat. Right before the checkpoint of each section, you can either go left or go right, and that basically affects your outcome, your course outcome. Supposedly in versions of this game, going right was always the harder mode, going left was the easier mode, but I'm not sure if that's really the case on this version of the game. I am playing on the overseas mode. You can play either overseas mode, which I believe was the North American setup, or you could play the Japan region of the game, where the course layouts, it's different. And so I'm not sure how the difficulty works or how the difficulty changes based on that. If any of you guys know, let me know. But I tried going far left on this version. Oh shit, okay, we're done. If we stop like that, we're not going to be able to get through this. I tried going all the way left on this version, and it seemed just as hard as it was trying to go all the way right. So I'm not really sure how you know, the difficulty works. But if anybody does know, I am curious, so please let me know in the comments below. Yeah, we've got 15 seconds. We haven't even hit the checkpoint area yet. We're going to get a game over. This is why you can't touch anything on this game. Otherwise, you get a game over. So that really sucks. I was hoping I'd be able to beat the game on this Let's Play, but it's not looking like it. So that really sucks. And that wasn't even like a full wreck, you know. So I didn't like topple over, which would have cost me extra time. But, alright, so what we'll do is we'll go back to the options menu, and we'll pick the arrange soundtrack. And, oops. And to be honest with you, I don't really care for the arranged soundtrack all that much. I honestly feel Passing Breeze is like, to me, it's the only good remix of them. The other ones sound kind of goofy. But that's just me. So, you know, once we play through this again, we'll go back to the options menu and flip it back to the arcade soundtrack, and we'll play like Magical Sound Shower or Splash Wave or something like that. So all the tunes in this game are great, though. You know, the original 3 arcade tunes are awesome. Some of Sega's best music, if you ask me. It just fits the theme, but they're also just good tunes. They're very dynamic, and you know, they're long. There's just a lot of, you know, different rhythms and so forth to them. It's great. It's very good video game music. Alright, so we're not going to take the same route this time. We're going to go a different way. We'll go left this time. Jeez, man. What's up with these cars? You've got to really watch out for the cars in this game. It definitely seems like the cars are random. The cars are not on the road at the exact same spot every time you play the game. They are totally different every time. And sometimes you can just get totally screwed like that, where you've got a 3-lane road and 3 cars side by side. And that actually doesn't really ever happen, to be honest with you. For me, 3 cars like blocking the entire road. Usually, well, and of course, right as I say that, it happens again. There is definitely a lot of randomness to it in this game. And that can make OutRun a little frustrating, because sometimes you'll just have like an amazing run, and then the cars will be dicks the next time you play it, and you'll just have a terrible run. So sometimes they get out of your way like that, or get back in your way like that. Damn semi. Yeah, we're not going to get this either. We still haven't gotten to the checkpoint. We only have 10 seconds now. And of course that dude got in my way. Oh, such failure, man. This is harsh. And actually, funny enough, if I didn't hit that car both times, I might have actually hit the checkpoint with just, like, right as it went to 0. That was even more pathetic than the first time. Oh, man. That was quite awful. So apparently the game actually saves your progress, or sorry, not saves your progress, but it saves your high scores for every single different route in the game. So I think that's pretty cool. There's actually a separate high score table for every different route, and I think that's really neat. So lots of replay value here if you're the kind of person that likes to better your time. Alright, let's try to not suck this time. So one other thing I forgot to mention is that I've been using the 3D control pad. However, I have not been using the analog functionality. So I've been using the D-pad to control, despite using the 3D controller. You can use the analog stick, though, in this game. I just prefer to use the D-pad. The analog stick takes me a long time to get used to on this game, because the analog on the Saturn controller is very touchy. It's so touchy. It's one of the touchiest analog sticks out there that I know of. So I actually prefer to not use the analog stick on the Saturn. Oh my god! What the hell, dude? I am playing horribly. This is completely awful, guys. Like, awful, awful. Now I'm basically gonna have to work, like, race completely perfectly if I'm gonna do anything else. Oh, it's terrible, man. Terrible.
Checkpoint.
But yeah, the analog stick on the Saturn controller is very touchy, and I actually feel like I play better using the D-pad. If you want to play well at this game, you really want to memorize the courses. You want to know exactly what turns allow you to just hold left or hold right with full gas, full speed, and what turns don't. And what turns are there that don't have signs. Like, those are just two turns, right and left, and another right one that doesn't have a sign on it. Which is really important to know because, I mean, one false move there and you're just smashed up against the wall and you're done, basically. If you wreck really hard in this game, it's good luck continuing. So, alright, so we're doing better now. Let's see what we can do with this. That was a very, very sharp turn. So with these line scroller games, racing games, basically how they work is... usually how they work anyway, and this is how OutRun works, and other games like Top Gear, the early Top Gear games, and I believe the Lotus games work like this too, is if you're on the inside of a turn, you'll continually drift outwards if you're at least driving through at max speed. In OutRun, you can shift down, and you won't drift outward nearly as much anymore. But basically, you want to try to cut the corners as much as you can, and just hold into the turn at full speed. And you'll naturally drift out towards the outside of the track. But you want to do so to a point where you don't go off the track. Because in this game, you're going to run into something, and you're going to flip, you're going to lose time, and it's going to be game over pretty much. Fortunately, OutRun's not a long-playing game. It's actually a very short game, actually. You know, a great run might take you 5 or 6 minutes. So, you know, you can spend a half an hour playing this game and actually play it like 5 or 6 times. So, for the case of this Let's Play video, we can actually play it multiple times and still have a half an hour long Let's Play that's not terribly long. And it's not looking like I'm going to make this. This is very, very close now. Oh, so close. We're on stage 5. This is the last stage, guys. We're going to do it just right, otherwise we're done. Alright, it's not happening now. I just crashed. You waste so much time. Because the game has to reset you back to the middle of the track, and then... You can't just start driving right away. It's like your engine, like, craps out or something. I let the adrenaline get the best of me. There's so many cars, too. I'm pretty sure there are a lot less cars in the Genesis version. Okay, now we're definitely done. God damn it, we got so close. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there are a lot less cars in the Genesis version, which is why that version is a lot easier. Man! So close. So close, guys. Oh, we were right there, too. Ugh. Alright, well, we'll do it,
Get ready.
We'll do it one last time, guys. We'll call this the last attempt. And you know what? Just to spite... Ooh, okay, we're gonna restart that. I actually flipped it over to the analog controls, and with the analog controls,
Get ready.
yeah, the button to go is different using the analog controls. So now I'm using the analog control, and it's super twitchy. Oh, come on! We're gonna run into this again. Oh, what a horrible Let's Play, guys. I apologize. I normally don't play this crappy when I do these videos. This is just horrendous. But to be fair, I did switch over to the analog controls. So I'm playing with something I'm not really used to, so...
Checkpoint.
Oh. So done. We are done. I'm getting disoriented by these controls too, and it's kind of frustrating because, like, there was no reason for them to switch up the buttons. When you go to analog mode, they force you to use the triggers, you know, to simulate the actual steering wheel. You know, you can actually, instead of just tapping the brake, you can just let off the gas a little bit, which you can't really do with just digital controls. It's either all or nothing, right? So we'll give it one more go. So, you know, I basically have been playing this game for a while, just using the D-pad and pressing the face buttons for gas and brake, and then using the triggers for shifting up and down. So now the controls are like completely reversed, and it just is weird. Alright, we're gonna make it happen, guys. We're gonna make it happen. Last one. Official last one. I bet this game would play a lot better with the Saturn racing wheel, the arcade racer. I'd like to eventually get that accessory and try it out with OutRun.
Checkpoint.
So many vehicles on the road that are trying to kill me, guys.
Checkpoint.
Oh, come on. Somehow I missed all those windmills though, so not all is bad. I'm still getting disoriented by these controls.
Checkpoint.
I keep pressing L to switch gears when it's A to switch gears now. I've been pressing L the entire time to switch down, and now it's just reversed on me. It's A. Alright, I'm starting to get the hang of the analog gas pedal, though. It's actually helping me out a lot. So instead of braking, I'm just like letting off the gas just a little bit, and it's actually helping a lot. I'm still going through the turns at relatively high speeds, and it's reflecting in my time. Like I've got 7 seconds left over, and we're on stage 5, so that's good. Usually these levels take no more than 50 seconds to get through, because they're shorter sections than the rest of the game. Ooh, this one splits up too. Cool stuff. Oh, not good. Not good. So whenever you crash, you always have to rev up first, and it's annoying. It just shaves off another second or two of your time. Oh my god! What am I doing? I'm talking. That's what I'm doing. Holy crap, man. I was doing so well when I wasn't talking. I was just trying to focus. First world problems. Come on, we can do it! We can do it! Oh, we're not gonna do it. Oh, that sucks. So we played it like 5 or 6 times and still didn't beat the game. Oh, absolutely pathetic. Well, for that, guys, I apologize. I apologize. But that is OutRun for the Sega Saturn. It's such an awesome game. Yeah. Probably the best way to get it is on the Sega Ages comp for the United States, because you also get Afterburner 2 and Space Harrier. Although that disc has risen in price a lot in years, so has the standalone copy of OutRun in Japan. But the standalone copy is great still because, well, it's a standalone copy. It's OutRun, and you get the remix tunes on it, which is pretty sweet. Still a classic game. It's hard. I am sucking at it today, but it is still a lot of fun at the same time. So, but alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I did want to mention I will be back with other OutRun Let's Play videos. I'd like to do a Let's Play on the Genesis version, the PC Engine version, and I'd also like to do OutRun 2 2006 for the original Xbox. I have that as well, so there will be more OutRun goodness in the future, possibly the near future, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, to anybody new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I've got lots of Let's Plays here and many more Let's Plays on the way, so feel free to follow me here and keep in touch with what I do. And for everybody else that's already subbed, thank you as usual, and I'll catch you guys soon. So until then, take it easy.